How is everybody doing? Oh my goodness. My connection is very in and out. So I'll keep my eyes on that. I posted 2 things and they were processing. They didn't actually get sent out. So there's been a lot of activity here the last couple days. Actually, just saw a little spirit right before I came on here. So, all right, guys. So doing some paid readings here. We're going to spend a little bit of time on some people. So if you're hopping in, welcome. So again, these are paid readings. If you are a subscriber, you get a card pull, reading or healing, whatever it is that I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is, if you're a subscriber, we're going to do a card pull for you, but we're going to open up to paid readings. They are $30. You can pay through my PayPal, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. And you'll get that in my link tree as well through my profile. And so once that pops up on the screen, we will focus on you and we'll go from there. Okay. So again, if you're a subscriber, we're going to do 1 card pull for you. I was not going to work on subscribers. I wanted to just solely focus on paid today because I really want to take the time to get some sessions in for people. But I didn't have many subscribers hopping on earlier. So we'll do a card pull for you guys. So hello. Welcome in. Workaholic joined. Welcome in. Hello. So funny, a bunch of cards fell down on the floor. A lot of activity happening before I came on here. So I kind of feel like also connecting to some mediumship as well. Hope you're having a good day. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. So, let's do some collective mediumship with that. So it's $30 to get a reading, okay? You can go to Horseman Readings profile here, okay? When I see that pop up, we'll focus on you. So we have the ego card coming through right away, okay? And so I'm going to just kind of tune into, right away I'm hearing a mother, okay? So I'm feeling a spirit, hearing I am a mother. And actually, I feel like the spirit has been hanging out with me at nighttime for, I'm going to say, the last month or so. So if you have lost a mother, then hello Jody, welcome in. Then just put a purple heart. And I'm hearing I'm also a grandmother, okay? So yeah, that's coming through. Okay, purple heart. So interesting. Okay, so just doing some like collective energy here. I usually don't do mediumship, but I wanted to. And again, if you want a paid reading, they are $30, okay? Canadian, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You can pay through my PayPal, and once I see that, we'll go into your actual energy. I have felt so much better since you told me I am where I am supposed to be this morning. I'm so glad. Yeah, I had a feeling you might get a paid reading so we can work on you. I didn't see the payment, but I'm glad that you're here. Hello. So as a subscriber, you also get a card here, Viviana. So, brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. My stomach just started to like swirl a little bit. So, the fact that we're seeing Ace with our new moon tells us that you are starting to see things in a different way. That's what I'm getting. Whenever we see this card in tarot, it usually says that something kind of bad has to happen in order for something good to happen, okay? And so a lot of it is seeing the blessings that are coming through in situations. Okay, someone else is relating. Awesome. That's the whole point. When we're not going into someone's direct energy, it is going to relate to everybody. So yeah, so when we see air, it's just our thought process. So it really says, you know, like earlier today we're talking about things happening for a reason. This is even deeper than things happening for a reason. This is like, okay, I know something better is coming as a result of this. You get what I'm saying? And that's more what is giving me chills. Okay, so that's your card. Thank you so much for being a subscriber here. If you just want a card, come in, subscribe, and we'll do that for you. Your first time as a subscriber, we do a little bit more than just one card, but because we have repetitive people here, then we're just gonna do that quick mini to give people opportunities to really get a session here. Do I get a mini? That was your mini! But if it's your first time subscribing ever, then you'll get a little bit more, okay? Because we're doing paid readings here. Earlier I said I wasn't even going to do anything for the subscribers because I really wanted to give some people some sessions tonight, and I already did readings earlier today for free for everyone, okay? But of course, you know me, I'm still going to do that because I want to make sure that you guys feel good while you're here, okay? Because I appreciate you guys supporting me here. Okay, so if you want to get a reading, right now they are $30, okay? You can horsemanreadings@gmail.com. I'm doing a 12 days, like a giveaway each day as well. Hello, Katrina. If you'd like a card pull, I can pull you up a card. Yeah, so I'm doing those giveaways. So my giveaway tonight is a Reiki level 1 class from 7 until 9, and also 7 until 9, the continuation tomorrow night. The promo code is free, all caps locks, okay? So, hi, so would you like a card? Katrina. So I am doing the pay it forward kind of thing here where it's the holidays. Things that I feel like are going to be really beneficial for people over Christmas, okay? Where I help people with body, mind, and spirit. I'll be kind of combining different styles of things that I feel like can contribute to some holiday stress, family issues, and things like that. Okay, so Katrina, your card here is the Magician. I'm feeling something at my toes. So I'm hearing the song and Jack Frost nipping at my nose, something along the lines of that. So this is really talking about holiday spirit for you. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. Okay, so this is really talking about like money and earthing down a little bit more. And I think it's just because Christmas is about spiritual energy. It's not about, it's like laughter and kindness too. So I'm feeling like if you're feeling like you're getting I don't know, caught up in anything material, this, when we see that card, it's more about like mentorship and learning. So perhaps you coming into the Reiki class could be beneficial. It's also recorded for my VIP members. Yeah, I just started dating someone. Does it have something to do with that? I feel like this might be a really good thing for me. If you want to go deeper, feel free to come in and actually get a reading and healing, because that's what we're focusing on today. But yeah, this is really just about that kindness energy and really focusing in on that over the holidays. So whatever that looks like and feels like for you, okay? So thank you so much for being here. So Jody, awesome. Okay, I basically felt like I came on here for you. So I'm really glad that you decided to do that. So we're gonna step into your energy, okay? My little puppy dog came in to offer us some animal support. So the fact that you have mother, grandmother energy here supporting you, I kind of get that there's like a little bit of healing, you're welcome Katrina, that needs to occur right now, okay? So I'm going to call some Reiki healing light in for you, okay? I'm going to start with that. And anybody else that wants to receive, feel free to receive that. And Jody, I'm going to invite you to ask any questions that you have, just to bring them forward, okay? Also, if you don't have any questions, let's focus on an area as well. I'm hearing she needs to know that I'm consoling her as well. Because I know you said you were going through some, I'm going to say energy changes. And I'm also feeling like you're very talented and you have a lot of gifts. Okay. And I think sometimes you see other people in positive light, but sometimes you're not seeing yourself in that same light. I just want to ensure I'm doing okay. I'm grieving the loss of my children. Okay. Right. We did a reading for you the other day, didn't we? Yes. Okay. Well, now this is all making sense. Yeah, what I'm getting is like there's a lot of like past energy here for you. Um I don't have Venmo yet. You don't have Venmo yet. But what you can do is if you don't want to use PayPal, you can go to my purchases, like my shop, readings and purchases, and just find something that costs $30. And then when you go to purchase that, just write in like live reading, okay? And then I'll know that, okay? Because it's just another way you can pay other than PayPal. I'm gonna go straight into my website so you don't need to stress about that. So yeah, so Jody, what's coming through here is like this past trauma, okay? So let's do some theta healing for you as well, and anybody that wants to say yes to these downloads as well, you can, okay? So the way that theta healing works is I just ask you if you want to like release this tension, these burdens, this weight that you're carrying, where that energy is coming from, and then we replace it with something that you do want to attract. So what is it that you're looking to attract, Jody? Because you're asking, you just want to like you want to ensure that you're okay. You absolutely are okay, but I like that you're acknowledging that this is a process that you need to go through, right? So we know what you need, what you want to clear, but what is it that you want to attract? Because when you understand what you want to attract, that can really help us as well, because this is a new moon, okay? And go a little bit bigger than just being okay. I want my babies back at the end of the day, but I know it won't happen overnight. Okay. Okay. So if you could pick an emotion that you want to feel, what would that emotion be? We're gonna go deeper than just okay. When you have that happen in an ideal world, what's it gonna feel like? Is it content, connection, bliss? I also want to ensure my relationship with my partner Michael will be resilient. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, we're doing some energy clearing, okay? And then we're also going to, I'm getting hearing like substance abuse too. Did you have anyone that was struggling with substance abuse or yourself? This sounds lovely. Okay. And my financial situation will be okay despite everything that is happening. Okay. I'm glad the money part is coming up because yeah, that's kind of part of feeling like you have faith in the universe that the money is coming, but then also that's part of grounding. Okay. My partner does a bit. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was hearing, like some substance abuse, because that kind of takes priority. So let's go into your Akashic records here, which is just a safe space that we get to go in to explore this energy. Okay. Okay. So one aspect that's coming up here is there's like this rushing pace that's happening for you in all areas, okay? And I like that you're saying bliss, peace, finances. I see this desire to have family unit, love, right? Health, all of these things, which is fabulous. So, but there's this like curious side to you right now, which is really, really healthy to keep exploring. I think the magic in the little things, the magic of working with the universal energies too. So there's this part of you that is kind of like yearning for more. And I think that's a really good thing. So, A, give yourself credit for that curious side of yourself that you want to explore. The other side of this is also some dissatisfaction, right? That you have going on. And so you've kind of have this like inconsistent vibe going on of like I've got this spark and this fire, but then I also have this like distrust and this like sense of loss and this disconnect. Okay, so that's what we more or less want to clean up. Okay, so these are paid readings. They're $30. You can pay through my PayPal, horsemanreadings@gmail.com, in my link tree, or you can go purchase underneath my shop something that's $30. Okay, to pay another way. So, would you like to know that it's safe for you to open up to bringing positive things into your life and also into your environment for yourself and for your children and for those who you love the deepest? And if so, just say yes. Again, this is called Theta healing. Good. Now, Spirit's kind of saying that I'm going to do a giveaway for you, Jody. Okay? I'm being told that you need the Center Yourself program in my beginner level membership. It's only $11.11 if you choose to go into the beginner level, and again, that's Canadian. You get a free 1 month reading, which is a 4-week timeline sent over to your email. However, if you choose not to do that, regardless, I'm going to send you the Center Yourself program into your email, the way that you pay through PayPal. Okay? Because I'm hearing that that's what you need, and there are Theta healing downloads that are helpful for trust, helpful for the chakras, for the inner child, which is bringing that spark and joy back into your life because you deserve that. Okay, so that's one aspect. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to start tapping into your healing journey more so you can start to see that light again in your day-to-day? And so just say yes. Good. And I don't know if you like music, but it feels like music is really key for you. I'm riddled with guilt and sadness. Okay, so we'll clear that energy as well. Yeah, I think you really need to sing and listen to music that's kind of fun, because I think that's going to raise your vibration as well. It's getting lost in that music and those words. I think that the lyrics are really, really important for you in songs. That's giving me chills. I think Spirit's going to send you songs that you need for healing some of this sadness. And also, when you release some of the sadness, like crying and things like that, I think that will help you emotionally. I was tuning into your energy earlier today, and I was being told like you need to cry. So I know that that's something you need. You need to really just let it all out. You know, when you just bawl, and it's like this, yeah, just this big release. Okay. So would you like to know that it's safe to release your emotions in ways that are safe and comfortable for you without feeling like you need to push it back in or that you cry too much? How about that? Good. So I'm just going to do a little energy scan here on you. And just keep in mind, hello, welcome in. Just keep in mind when you receive the Theta Healing downloads in the Center Yourself program, that you're going to need to drink lots of water as well, and there might be some shifts and changes as a result of it, okay? So right away I get close to your head, like around here. And I feel like you're just, I don't know, like I feel like you're just being hard on yourself in your head. And so I feel like you're doing a little bit of punishing yourself. So you also have the ego card, okay? So that's someone who's in their head a lot and less in their heart space. But because your heart's hurting, you're choosing to go up to your head. But actually what you want to do is get out of your head and drop into your heart because your heart's hurting. So really tuning into that and not this as much, okay? It's giving this little baby a little break. I don't even feel like you need to like stress about your changing your thoughts. It's literally just doing anything you can, you know, as I was saying, to release the energy versus think about the energy. So that's why the singing and the music and just it's more, yeah, tuning into that higher vibration, doing things that make you feel good, that make you smile and bring that light back in, because I definitely feel like this past energy has dulled your sparkle and spirit a little bit, okay? I feel I must deserve the pain. Yeah, and you don't. karma or something. Okay, well, let's tune into that, okay? Would you like to know that it's safe to learn how to breathe without feeling all of these negative emotions that you already expressed? Okay, to me here. And would you like to trust that it's safe for you to start understanding why things are happening the way that they are happening instead of judging everything that's happening? And would you like to know Creator or the universe's definition of what it is to truly feel in your heart space, so you don't have to numb yourself or surround yourself around other people who are constantly numbing themselves? And so just say yes. Good. So I do feel like that shifted your energy, but I only get it like a 70%. And I think the reason why is because there's a little piece of you still that, like you said, you feel like you don't deserve to be happy. Like, you know, when you're like, oh, I shouldn't, I feel guilty for being happy, that sort of thing. So why do you feel like you don't deserve happiness? Was it something that somebody told you, or is it just something that you tell yourself? Let me know. Thank you so much for being here, guys. So Jody's just getting a paid reading if you're wondering, if you're just hopping in. If you want one as well, you can pay through horsemanreadings@gmail.com to PayPal. You'll see the link in my bio, or you can buy something on my site for $30, okay? Because I'm not being a mother right now and it feels like a part of me is missing. It's like an extension of you. That's more what I got. It's not an energy that's inside of you. It's an energy that you feel like is supposed to be beside you. So if you can remind yourself, because this is confusing as a mother, because our children were birthed from inside and then they go outside of our body. But we're so intuitively, energetically still connected to them. So a couple components are coming up here. Would you like the knowledge and truth, knowledge, and wisdom of what it truly is to be connected to someone? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to continuously have a heartfelt connection to the people that you want to have a connection to or with, without feeling negative? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have a healthy bond with your children or with others without feeling like you need to give all of everything that you have to the other person? And would you like to know how to have your own energy and have healthy boundaries with your energy so you can maintain healthy relationships while maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself? So just say yes. Good. Now that energy's bouncy, okay? So when I offer that to you, and anybody that wants these Theta Healing downloads, you get to say yes as well. If you're like, what the hell is Theta Healing? You can go to my website, check out my blog, and it explains a bit more of what this technique is, okay? If you are a subscriber, guys, once we're complete here, we're doing a card pull for you guys, and you can still pay to get a reading. So yeah, so there's a part of you that's really sensitive, so you do get positive energy fast. You do heal really fast. But there's this other side to you that's just like fearful. There's a resisting of feeling good. So, hello. Let's go a little bit deeper, Jody. What if you tune into this, what is your true resistance? Like, what is your true fear of fully being only connected to yourself? If that makes sense. Like, so if I completely let go of my children's energy, my partner's energy, like my animal's energy, like completely be in my own energy. Yeah, what would the fear of that be? Losing my identity as a mother. Yes. So it's so interesting. That's why I love doing this type of work. I believe that you know that you, like, you birthed children, therefore you are a mother. So I think it's your definition of what a true mother really is. Um, so usually when I do more of an in-person appointment with somebody, I would do like a fill in the blank, but you can do that here with me as well. So I'm gonna say like a true mother, or you can say a good mother, or a proper mother, whatever you want to call it, always fill in the blank. What does an active mother always do? Okay, so you're doing that. Making lunches, doing their laundry, taking care of them, loving them. Okay, interesting. And so let's do that again. Okay? A true mother or a good mother or an active mother always. What else do they do? Keep tuning in, because what we find out is that we have some limiting beliefs around this, but it's like your natural instinct. So fill in the blank there. Hey guys, welcome in. So we're doing all our paid readings first, and then if you are a subscriber, we'll do a card pull for you, okay? And these are $30. A good mother always makes sure her children are healthy and happy. Okay, so I'm getting like that protection, right? You always need to be on. You always need to essentially not be in rest and digest and be prepared for anything, right? Give to them. So you almost have nothing left, is kind of what I feel, right? Be responsible is actually what I'm hearing. I have no ability to do those things over a phone. Okay. So now we're going to do a fill in the blank, okay? A true mother, a good mother, an active mother, never. What do they never do? I was comfortable giving them everything. Yeah. What does a good mother never do? Because this is all just your mindset, right? What do they never do? A good mother never makes them feel unsafe or unloved. Okay, perfect. Anything else a good mother never does? So this is where we're clearing some energy out of the throat and heart. Okay, and if there's nothing else, that's okay. So, first of all, would you like to let go of any limiting beliefs that you have around what a good mother really is? So, never makes them feel they are not a priority. Okay, absolutely. And all of these are wonderful, wonderful things, right? It's great to believe those things. But sometimes some of those beliefs aren't serving us, right? They're actually keeping us in this like self-loathing energy or whatever it is. So would you like to let go? So guys, these are just paid readings. And if you're a subscriber, we're doing one card for you. If you're a new subscriber, we go a little deeper, okay? More important, yes. A good mother never makes them feel that anyone else is more than them. Yes, absolutely. So they're your whole world, right? Center of your universe. You'd die for them, right? You gave birth to them, and you'll die for them, right? Just like push, push, push. Very heavy energy of um, like, yeah, like I was saying, the opposite of rest and digest. It's like the feeling of like death and extreme scenarios, right? So, do you want to clear and release all of these limiting beliefs that you have around what it is to be a good mother? And would you like Creator or the universe's truth, knowledge, wisdom, and definition downloaded to you of what it truly is to be a good mother? I'm going to say, or an active mother, because those were your words. And would you like to know how to embody that moving forward so that this can support you along your journey? And anybody else that wants that, just say yes. Okay, and so there's another piece of this. What I'm hearing here is like, it's like you really have to believe that you are a good mother, right? And like, yes, we downloaded this to you, and once we integrate it, it will come in. So I do that at the end. That's when these downloads will come in instantly, but they will also kind of flow in as they're meant to. Okay, as we're clearing out the old, as we're ready to make these changes into our life. So by you agreeing, yes, I want these things, I want to let go of this, and I want to invite this in, that's what I'm saying. Literally, that's what you're saying. Hey, universe, this is what I want. So just so you know, when we integrate this, be prepared for that, because right now I feel like you're still not really fully on board with this, because again, the resistance is so strong that you've convinced yourself like you're not a good mom. Okay? And I feel the energy moving already, even though we haven't integrated. But we're also doing some Reiki healing right now for you, and it all stems from like your sacral, which is the womb space, and also your root chakra, because you were talking about money as well. So I'm curious to know, Jody, what was your mother like? And also, what was your mother's mother like? What was your mom and your grandmother like? I know I'm a good mother, but they have been taken away from me. Yes. I know I'm a good mother, but I feel the actions I have had to take don't make me a good mother. Okay, I know I'm a good mother, but I feel the actions I have had to take don't make me a good mother. Okay. And that's fair. So the more you talk about it, the easier it is for me to release it, because we can understand what the block is. Makes sense? But it's also you knowing what the block is. So yes, just curious about the mother, your mother and grandmother. Because we're working on the womb, which was you giving birth, but also you being in someone else's womb, and then that person being in someone else's womb. So this is why when we do Theta healing, the first level of it, when you learn, is DNA, right? And then advanced DNA, because a lot of this is all the limiting or unconscious beliefs that we have that are all fear-based, all stem from our DNA, right? And I don't think a lot of people understand that. When we can just figure out where these beliefs are coming from, excuse me, then we can change it. But there are beliefs, so until we decide we want to change it and that's not serving us, it'll just linker in there, and that'll just be the way our life is, right? I feel I am a better mother than my mother is. My mother tells me her mother wasn't a very good mother. Yes, that's why we're clearing this generationally, because your DNA is in your children, right? And then those are their beliefs, and then when they go to have children, that will be passed on. So when we cut these beliefs, right, which is what I'm supporting you with, at least by you doing this work, this will help your children, because somebody has to stop the line. Does this make sense? When I started doing this work on myself and realized all of this, I'm like, oh my god, that's my mother's. That's my mother's energy. That's not mine. And when I realized that, I just felt all this weight like off of my shoulders, because I thought, I'm carrying this around, it doesn't even belong to me. What? So yes. So like the ones I have made, yes, but at the end of the day I still feel I am above them. Yes. Well, perfect. I'm glad. Both of them. Yes. Okay. Yes, I was told a long time ago I meant to be the change. Yes. And that's giving me chills like all down this side of me. And that is your heart side. So that is really a huge, I feel like, wake up call for you. I don't know if you feel that, but I have like goosebumps all over me. So probably no coincidence you randomly came on here, randomly found me, and are getting the clearing, right? So would you like, so this is a big change, right? So would you like to clear, cut, cancel, and delete any stuck, frozen trauma in relation to this situation? Okay. Including anything that's still weighing you down in your heart space, that's making you feel jealous of other people that have access to their children the way that they would like to, or the other mothers that are getting to do X, Y, and Z, and that feeling of like not being able to reach for the stars for your own dreams, to be a role model, even if it's at from a distance? So would you like to release that heaviness, that baggage, that weight that is making you feel like you need to continuously, I feel, suppress the good, like suppress the good, just when life is gonna get good, we nope, you know, kind of, I'm gonna call it self-sabotage, but whatever you want to call that pattern of behavior. I feel like it's self-sabotage, but you know where it's all stemming from, right? Yes. Okay. So redo the download now, and then I'm gonna witness it going in, and then it stops at third eye. Okay. So to me, that means you might be feeling a little bit blocked. The fear of being happy in my circumstance. Absolutely. So isn't it crazy when we start to realize that you have a fear of happiness? Right? So a lot of people have fears of success, right? It sounds so messed up, right? Because most people think fears are, I have a fear of abandonment. I have a fear of depression, right? Stuff like that. But when we have fears of positive things, it's the same thing. It's just a different fear. You know what I mean? But a lot of people might look at that and be like, well, that's insane. Like, just go do that. But if that were easy for you, you would have already done it. And so I could see why there might be some heavy judgment around you for this. And as a result of that, feel that within yourself. Make sense? Yeah, it feels wrong to be happy when they're not with me. Absolutely. I kind of get like it's like survivor's guilt. Does that make sense to you? Like, so if somebody dies and you were there, um, or you were really close to that person, I know I remember my mom's best friend had an aneurysm and she died, and that was like her only really close friend, and like they were roommates together, they've traveled together, and I think my mom, it's making me feel really emotional because that's how I feel you feel, is because it's like there's a death within yourself, right? Is and this isn't a bad thing, this is actually a good thing because we need to have that death so that we can start a new life, like a new chapter, right? But yeah, when her best friend died, she said, "Why her and not me?" Right? And she never got over it, and she always had this wall up. And I was actually just talking to my aunt about this the other day. It was like that wall where all she needs is to just be smothered in love, because if we can just smother her and tell her she's worthy and tell her she's loved and tell her all of those things and allow her to feel that, if maybe we could just keep doing that, eventually she'll be willing to let that wall down and receive all of that love that everybody has for her, because it's time for her to change and accept love and receive love and truly know what it looks like and feels like to have these things that you're manifesting. So would you like to know that it's safe? Nothing bad will happen to you. To manifest and attract, especially with this new moon, these positive things that you already shared that you want to bring in, right? The peace, the abundance. I'm now getting some clarity on your life circumstances moving forward as well. So the things you already said, okay? And just by agreeing to that, we're going to help you shift that energy. Hello. And anybody else that wants that, we're going to put that in. But you just have to agree to it. That's the only thing with Theta healing. Good. And now I'm feeling like this is also related to your ex as well. I know the best thing I can do is the best version of me for them. I agree. Yes, and that's, as a mother, the worst thing you can do, I feel, is not be exactly that, your best version of you. And I can give you an example of my husband's mother right now. He is going through a really, really tough time because his mother has been really, really struggling with like different things. And I'm watching him kind of suffer as a result of watching his mom make certain choices. And if she only knew how hard that was on her son because of the choices she's making, I feel like if she could just feel and if she just knew, she would do it for her child. She would take better care of herself. She would do the work. You get what I'm saying? So, because our children feel what we feel, right? So, if mom has stress and anxiety, it doesn't matter where they are, right? I can use my dad as an example. My dad has really, really suffered from severe depression, had a gambling addiction his whole life, pretty much, struggled with money, right? Going back into addiction, because I know you're working on like attracting people with addictions and all of this stuff, right? And the self-loathing and all that stuff. It's the vicious cycle. And as a child, right? No matter where dad is, dad wasn't in my life, doesn't matter. I always have to work through that because until he cleans his energy up, I always still have to kind of like manage my emotions because I am always feeling into dad's energy, right? Because that's our right? That's the DNA. And you're also sensitive, okay? Yeah, so exactly. So I hope this is making sense to you in the sense of how we feel energy. I'm feeling your energy right now and I don't even know you. So think about how like our mother instincts are always there. And that's also why learning Reiki is such a powerful tool, which we're using on you right now, because that's Reiki is where we can send distant healing to other people to help them. So if you were in my VIP membership, you learn how to do all levels of your Reiki. And when you learn how to do that, you're transferring healing light to someone that maybe you can't speak to or you can't be there with. Sometimes when people are in the hospital and they're unconscious, right? So we call in these symbols and we send that energy to the person and we offer that healing. So at least we can do something positive for that person, right? And this is also really, really important to do when we don't want to interact with people, but we love them, but we just don't want to go there. And it's like, okay, I love dad. I don't really want to deal with that shit. Just saying. There's a reason why people aren't in his life because he battles addiction and he's negative, right? So it doesn't mean I don't want the best for him, but I need to go and send him that Reiki healing. So I feel good about myself that I'm putting good energy out there for him. And actually, that's probably better than me talking to him and telling him, like, hey, you need to change. It is a gift. So that's what I'm offering for you right now. And that's something, when you do your Reiki level 1, which I'm doing tonight for free, tonight and tomorrow night, in an actual interactive Zoom call, you can learn how to do that for yourself, which is also, as Mama Bear, when I work with people that have children and their children are basically all messed up, they've got the anxiety and this and that, and they're young and they're dealing with death and they're dealing with all of this heaviness. I'm like, yes, I will work with your child, but first, I think it's important that you learn before the child does, because when you learn, then you can either teach your child or you'll be in that vibration yourself. And so that will be helpful for them. Make sense? So that they end up coming into like my membership and then they end up getting healings and readings and realize actually this is less about the child and more about me. If that makes sense. My heart feels less heavy. Yeah. So it's kind of like it's a mind shift, right? But it's all for you. What I'm gathering from here is yes, be your best version of you, but it's also the energetic cords that we have with people, right? And so sometimes we need to cut cords with people when we're feeling that heaviness, because you don't want to be constantly attaching your cords to anybody, not even your children. You always want to be in your own energy, first and foremost. So we put up a white light. You can call an Archangel Michael. You don't have to do that, but I like to do that. That's for protection, for grounding, for safety, for unconditional love that maybe we're not feeling. And then we can ask Archangel Michael to cut any energetic cords. This is like a form of boundaries, energetic boundaries. And it'll all kind of make you feel lighter. And then when you do that, when you get into that space, that's usually what we do before we go and offer healing and send people out good vibes. We're never coming from a negative place. We want to feel like we're charged, not feeling drained. And then that's when we can offer, I'm going to offer forgiveness to this person. I'm going to send this person some Reiki energy. I'm going to put out a prayer for this person, whatever it is, so that good things are going to happen. And also doing that for yourself. So this is actually what you're doing right now. It's like, okay, let's manifest. But again, at the beginning of this, you weren't in that space to really move forward. You knew you needed to move forward, but we needed to get your energetic frequency on board to be able to manifest, which is what we did. Does that make sense? I look forward to the day I have that kind of influence on them again. That's beautiful. Yeah. Is my relationship with Michael good for me? Okay. So we'll read you these last two cards, okay? A complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. So if anybody wants a reading, they're $30, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You can pay through my PayPal under my link tree, or you can purchase something underneath my membership, horsemanreadings.com. That's $30, and then we'll go into your energy. Okay, next. So I get a lot of anxiety, honestly, when we connected to your question. Does Michael have anxiety? Does Michael ever stress you out? So it says stop procrastinating. I'm waiting for your answer, but I'm still going to keep talking. So this usually says yes times 2. Okay. This says, when we read tarot, I feel like I need to teach tarot actually for people. But I like to use tarot and angel because angel cards are really positive. Tarot it's kind of like a little of a different vibe. So I work with the more of the angelic realms that you're seeing with Archangel Michael, and just more of the, less about the negative, more about the positive. Makes sense? So what I get here, okay, so what I was going to say is, when we see this card, it says that we just need to make a decision, one or the other, okay? But there's a lot of confusion. It feels like there's a lot of conflict. We were talking about like addiction stuff. I don't know why, but I feel like as you clear out, because you've got the ego card too, right? Being in your head and all that. I feel like when you keep working on yourself, what's going to happen is the things and the people around you are going to change. So instead of being like, Michael needs to change, I'm not saying that you're doing this, but like, my child needs to change. I need to change. Michael needs to change. Right? His addiction stuff doesn't really bug me too much. Okay. Well, that's good. So usually addictions are just avoidance tendencies. When we avoid, there's anxiety. Make sense? That's more of a him issue. Yes, I'm glad that you can separate that. Good. Perfect. I'm glad that you understand that. So ego says, it's Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So that's basically what we worked on, those limiting beliefs of like fear of happiness, right? So it makes sense why you're questioning this relationship, because before you had a fear of happiness, and so the self-destructive pattern is like, oh, it's not going to work out with us, or maybe he's not my person. You get what I'm saying? The questioning, the thinking about it, the anxiety about it. This card, Ace of Ear, talks about shifting that mindset, trusting that like we have to overcome our obstacles to get to that higher point, right? So I feel like you understand the relationship side of it is like, we've got to work through it to get ahead, the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride, right? Okay, well, I'm glad. So this is you talking about it. I feel we're meant to be together. Perfect. He really loves me. So that's good. So it's like you're hearing yourself speak as you teaching yourself, right? Because I do feel like absolutely that's what I was getting here is that you're a bit sometimes they're a teacher for us, right? So the partner that we pick is there to teach us. So ask yourself too, what do you feel like you teach Michael? And what do you feel like Michael teaches you? What do you feel like what do you feel like you guys teach each other? I think that's important for you to understand. So if you want to book in a reading, guys, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You can e-transfer, you can pay through PayPal, my link tree, or you can purchase something for $30 under horsemanreadings.com. I'm not sure, honestly. Okay. So I feel like that's something to explore more of because I think that he definitely teaches you things. This is where balance comes in, right? And you definitely teach him things. So I would ask it in a different way then. How do we balance each other? Right? Do you ever find that he's up and you're down? Or then it goes the other way? And this is why it feels like it's so roller coastery when actually that's you guys balancing each other. Does this make sense, Jody? So it's something I want you to discover. Okay, he tries to keep me on task. I'm a bit scrambled lately. Okay. And I think that's just keeping you, yes, moving forward. Absolutely, that's what I get. Yeah, we balance each other. And do you know what you bring to to the relationship with him? Just gonna get you to answer that one. So the Magician card, okay, talking about kind of like, yes, you have this beautiful leadership, but sometimes you need other people to do the work, like to do the work for you. So I kind of feel like he does step in and teach you things, right? You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So that's what we're talking about, working more with that universal energy, working on manifestation, moving forward, trusting that things that you think about is what you're creating. So if you're thinking in negative ways, negative things are going to happen. If you believe and you have positive thoughts and continuing to vibrate that will happen, which I think that's what you're problem solving right now to help you get more into that space. He is aware of his shortfalls, but he is a great human and is willing to make positive changes. Okay, I like that. I take care of him, or I try. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so it seems like your version of being a mother is keeping other people safe, right? You have a protective quality and you have a nurturing quality. So I would say you make that person feel safe and you make that person feel nurtured. So you make their heart feel safe and you make them feel loved and cared for. And that's making me feel emotional too. I do the things for him he doesn't like to do for himself due to his anxiousness. Yes. Perfect. So you create comfort. You use the word comfort there earlier. I feel comfortable, right? So you're probably a person that likes comfort. Therefore, you comfort him, right? I would also, if you don't know both of your love languages as homework, because we're doing like a real session if we were working together, that's what I would do. Look up your love languages and build up his self-esteem a little bit more. Tell him how much you appreciate the things that he's doing. And maybe ask him too, through communication, what you feel like, not that you bring to the table, but what does he like love that you do? And I know that might sound like not very humble, but it's nice to know because he might tell you some different things that you're not seeing either that he's really grateful for. Okay, perfect. So last card here. Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible, right? Make time for those around you, take a sensible approach, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. I like that. So when we also see the Queen, that's your feminine energy. So all of this reading has really been about your nurturing side, and that's actually like your strength and your weakness. It's like sometimes I'm hard on myself because like when I can't nurture, I feel like that's my purpose, and then I don't feel like I'm following my path. When, in order to have balance, we can't constantly be in feminine. So if you could also learn a bit more, my VIP membership, the signs and symbols program that I teach in there, they're all recordings you can watch at your own time. Plus I do theta healing and all kinds of other things if you're curious. In that part, we start off that program talking about the feminine and the masculine. And the masculine is the action, the doer, and then the feminine is more the intuitive side, right? The creating. And so we need both. So I think that's also more of what you're learning is when I feel like I can't use my feminine the way I would like to, then I need to work on mastering my masculine. And that's what the universe is telling me I need. Okay? So yeah, another little food for thought. If you don't do any of these things, again, don't be hard on yourself if we work together. Next time, feel free to come in as a subscriber as well. You get a free reading healing every single time, depending on what I'm doing. Yeah, then it's just like things will come up again when they're meant to. So never feel like if I'm giving you homework, it's something you have to do, because that's just added pressure that you don't need. Okay? So we're gonna get out of your Akashic records. Always sending so much gratitude, and also for the love and supportive energies that came through in your reading. I always take a few deep breaths as I reground back into my own energy. I'm also feeling like if you're watching as well, not only is this for Jody, but focus more on your strengths, Jody, because that's kind of what we were working on. If you feel, tune in right now as we integrate the energy. What do you feel like is your biggest strength that you have right now? I just take care of myself first and then things will work out. It can't be that their dad is not to care for them without me. Yeah, so a big thing is, honestly, you know how I was just talking about, so I'm going to integrate the energy first, okay? So all the things that everybody said yes to in these downloads, you just have to say yes, and we're going to integrate all of that, and so that it will start coming in, okay? Because it doesn't come in until we click the integrate, okay? It's like you just put in your order at a restaurant, but they didn't put it through the computer yet, so the chef doesn't know. Does that make sense? I am having a good day, thank you very much. I'm having a very unique day. This new moon is very interesting. So, with your permission, we're going to integrate that for you. So just saying yes to that. Any comments, please? Good. Good. We're just going to reground you there, okay? Just because I do think you pick up on your partner's anxiety a lot. Yeah, and I think that because you're sometimes picking up on his energy, you need to cut the energy cords, okay? So you know that tool I just taught you about visualizing that white light around, calling in Archangel Michael, and then asking for those cords to be cut? Just practicing that, because that's really when you're asking, so I need to do this and this, and honestly, just start with doing that cord cutting, and then you're automatically going to find that you start to feel lighter, and when you feel lighter, your mindset's going to change, and when your mindset changes, everything gets better. Honestly, truly, that's when you'll start to make changes. Plus, you just integrated a shit ton of downloads, which you might not realize the amount of work that you just did, and also how much change will come in as a result of that. But because patience was coming up, it's like the first thing that we talked about as we do our full circle coming to the end of this. You know, you've got to have patience. When we do any type of manifestation work, it's that or something better in divine timing. Okay? So think about that. That or something better, so we're not controlling it, and also we're not controlling that timeline. And that's where a lot of people will be like, go back into self-sabotage habit. You know what I mean? So the trusting piece has to be there, and that's where continuously developing those new skills and tools is important. So guys, if you're just hopping on, the promo code for my free Reiki training tonight starts at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. It's FREE caps locks when you go to checkout and you purchase that, okay? That's through horsemanreadings.com. You can also find those links in my profile, okay? I believe in divine timing. Perfect. So, yeah, we're just going to get out that energy, and we're just going to ground, you know? So my encouragement, yes, drink water, do all the things, get outside, work with crystals, but touch your toes. Touch your toes. Funny, that was coming up earlier, now I know what that means. So if you can bring the energy back into your body, maybe massage your feet, maybe tonight before you go to bed, give yourself a little like head massage, face massage. I feel like that will also balance out some of that thinking. Okay, I also sell health products too. So if ever you're interested in something like that, I can send you over a video with some prices of some recommendations that I have that can help kind of with some relaxation. I only ship to the States and to Canada just because it gets really crazy expensive. It's already expensive now to ship. So I'm interested. Okay, perfect. So feel free to, okay, BC, awesome, cool. Okay, so why don't I just, when I'm sending you the Center Yourself program, okay, I'll just email you. How about that? I'll email you the video, and I'll send you the Center Yourself program. And again, if you want to come into the beginner level membership, you can get the Theta healing downloads from the new moon that we just did, and all that. My new moon ceremony that I did with my candles last night as well is also underneath my YouTube channel for anyone looking for those additional Reiki and Theta healing. Okay, and I'm going to do that next new moon as well. So you just purchase your candle with your manifestation, and then we offered healing to the candles and did some healing in the group. Okay, perfect, Jody. Thank you. All right, guys. Anybody else hopping in that would like a reading? If you are a subscriber, just let me know that you're here. I will also pull you up a card. If you want to, you're welcome. If you want to come in as a new subscriber, we do more of a reading, and it just fluctuates when I come on here live what I'm doing. But as a subscriber, you can inbox me, you get priority, sometimes you get discounts on things, and you always get something free here, which is awesome because we have a little community going on. All right, so I don't see anybody paying. Let's pull up a couple cards. Does anybody have a question about anything that I do? Or instead of asking a question like, what does so-and-so think of me? Do you have any questions about like how, like a how-to question, like, you know, how do we take better care of ourselves? How do we deal with stressful people? You get what I'm saying? So my background is in psychology, reflexology, yoga, psychic, mediumship, a lot of like energy techniques, theta healing, lots of that, manifesting abundance, dig deeper, sound healing, tarot, angel cards, all that stuff. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to my website, okay? horsemanreadings.com, Archangel Zadkiel balance, okay? So one of the things that's coming up, just to kind of sum up all of this, is it feels like we were talking about masculine and feminine energy. Masculine energy, just so people know, we were just talking about that it's like an action piece that we need to do, right? I feel like there's some procrastination stuff that was coming up with that reading as well. A big part of using your masculine is more of like like when we're in planning mode, we'll just say, when we actually have to use our brain to create something, right? So we need to think. Whereas our feminine is when we need to feel. I just want to explain that to people. Okay, hello, welcome in. So these are paid readings, they're $30. You can pay through my PayPal at the links in my profile, okay? So yeah, that's why women often are natural feelers, and that's why men are, not everybody will believe this, but natural thinkers. So men tend to spend a lot of time in their head. They often will be less talkers because they're hanging in their head. Whereas women, I feel, are smart enough to know to talk about how they feel. And so a lot of men will suppress, and they'll end up with like a lot of issues in their spine and their body and all that stuff. They tend to think or feel that the physical is going to release things. Whereas women often lack, we tend to gain weight more easily because we carry more emotions in our body, and therefore it's harder for us to like lose weight. It's harder for us to like really let go. We tend to like hang on to grudges a bit more, especially women towards other women, I feel. For some reason this is coming up for people. So I just feel like pay attention to also I feel like I was talking about one thing, went over to something else, but that's okay. I'm also you might be struggling with focus right now, someone in particular. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I have a bunch of things I needed to say, and then I just felt like I needed to stop. So we've got 6 of Earth here, okay? This is talking about money, keeping energy flowing, being kind and generous to other people right now. And then this is also the Discipline card. So yeah, noticing where your feminine and masculine is off is really, really important. Release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So interesting, we're talking about holding on to negative energy towards other people, and then forgiveness comes up. So that's actually the guided meditation that I did in our membership group for our beginners this month. Was all about some Reiki healing and just how to guide through that heart chakra. Okay, then we have Queen of Water. Also, it says relationships develop to a new level, trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. We also just saw that with like cord cutting. If you guys want a cord cutting exercise, I also have one underneath my profile. I was going to mention that and I didn't. Okay, so too much talking for me. I've got to go. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really like doing these sessions. It's fun to do some paid readings. I'm just going to go with the flow with how I meant to come on here, so please make sure you're taking the time to follow and that you're also underneath my YouTube channel. I have other media, Instagram, Facebook. I have a spiritual support team underneath Facebook. I was already on there talking today. It's a little bit more of an intimate place where we can share resources and things like that. So if you're interested in hopping in there, just ask to be a member there. Alright guys, take care and bye for now.